Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading for the week of November. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're doing really well. This reading is for any sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius sign. We'll take a look at the cards. We'll get a sense of the awareness for the week, guidance, and possible outcomes. I will also choose a couple of oracle cards for additional information. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, in terms of awareness for the week, we have the Seven of Swords and we have the Queen of Swords. So we have this sword energy, which can be very strong, very powerful, very impactful. And with the Seven of Swords, we see the man walking away from the camp, holding his swords, and he's kind of grinning as if he's getting away with something. And, we look at the Seven Swords and we sometimes think to ourselves, is this the thief card? Is this the deception card? Is this the somebody trying to make off with something of ours? Well, it's certainly the case. Some may say it's a lone wolf card where someone may need to break free of the group in order to make it on their own. But more often than not, this card goes to the idea of someone presenting to you that maybe that they're not quite being honest or truthful. And so you may be getting taken advantage of or in a position to be taken advantage of. You may be having someone who is watching you and wants to take something from you, and perhaps maybe it's a material object or maybe it is clients or customers. And so you have to be very perhaps militant in how you sometimes deal with people. Look to what they say, look to what they do. And honestly, in life, sometimes even when we are very trusting and everybody shakes out, sometimes we just get taken advantage of or we get scammed and we never see it coming because we trusted and it was just so shocking. But, this is it's a little nudge to pay attention to those within your environment about their agenda, perhaps, and to be just very aware and see what's really happening. And as we look at the Queen of Swords is some pretty serious energy. And whether this is someone within your life or these are attributes that you're going to need, she is very sharp, smart, suffers no fools, and is decisive. She makes decisions based on facts and reason and information. She's not going to get caught up in emotions. She's not going to get caught up in gossip. She's going to get right to the heart of the matter. She's going to strike sharply with that blade and pierce the center of the scenario very surgically. So, the Queen of Swords is about decision-making and smart decision-making, relying on facts, information, understanding the complexity of whatever it is that you're dealing with, if it's your personal relationships, if it's your office dynamic. It's having the ability to think about things and then let your thinking guide your actions. So you may be, as we see this sword, you may be cutting out people that are not quite, that you just have this sense about that maybe they're not positive energy, maybe they're not adding to your life in some way. This sharp steel with this gleaming steel sword can help you cut out what you don't need as you make decisions, as you move through life. So we have the Three of Swords in terms of guidance and the Knight of Pentacles. So the Three of Swords, you see this big heart and you see the sword piercing it. And we all know what that feels like. Heartache, pain, sadness, loss, tears, sick to your stomach. And sometimes this happens from, being in too much debt, perhaps. Other times we just get our hearts broken by the people that we love. And, it's a tough lesson to learn in life. And it's a tough thing to go through. And everybody goes through it. And so how do we get past this feeling of heartache or being heartbroken? Well, we have to chalk it up to our life book, our book of experiences, that, yep, he or she broke my heart. I'm devastated, and I can't figure out what to do next. But with time, we do figure out what to do. We are able to handle loss. We are able to keep on keeping on. And so this Three of Swords, while it is a stab in the heart, and while that hurts, it will take time, and it'll take maybe some love and support from family and friends to help you get past that. And, you look at this Seven of Swords, perhaps someone has done something untoward that has really hurt your heart. So interesting here with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles shows up, and this could be after this heartbreak here. The Knight of Pentacles may be showing up to represent the solid, dependable, responsible, caring nature of the Knight of Pentacles, which is someone who's going to work hard, who's very devoted, who's very loyal, who is mindful of the end goal of what they want to build, what they want to create, what they want to achieve. It's always at the forefront, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get to that point. Then to get through hard work, through common sense, through being grounded. And it's someone that you can rely on. May not be the flashiest person or the most exciting, but there's something to be said for stability, and there's something to be said for responsible, and for someone who's always there and who's caring and comes from a good place. And so this is what, if you've been hurt by someone, maybe this is what you need, is to get back to someone who's very grounded, who is just going to be there for you. And this Knight of Pentacles could be there for you, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's see what we have in terms of possible outcomes. So in possible outcomes, we have the King of Rods. We have the Five of Pentacles. So the King of Rods is a man of action. He's a man of success. He is charismatic, and he is energetic, and he's ambitious. He is driven to succeed, to do whatever it takes to be successful and to have fun along the way, to have adventure. So here's this other energy that you have, and maybe this could be someone who is wiser and older that you know, that's going to help you kind of get back into being more active and networking and getting out there some. Again, could be support. It could be someone new for you if you're in the dating game. Could be more mature energy. A little more action, a little more stimulation and excitement. Presence comes to mind. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is this hard luck couple here, out in the cold, freezing, bandaged, walking past. They don't notice perhaps the church with the pentacles in the stained glass window, because they're so focused on what's happening right now, which is being stuck in a challenging struggle, a hard place. With this Five of Pentacles, you still may be feeling the effect of this heartbreak, and you may be feeling that you're not getting the support that you need, and you feel a bit down and out. And with the Five of Pentacles, it's, you're going to have to ask for additional support, and you may have to turn around and to see what other options are there for you for the support that you need to get over feeling hurt, feeling broken, feeling loss. You know, this looks pretty bleak, but there is the possibility that things can get better when you turn around, when you ask for help, when you see the pentacles here, that if I just knock on that door, I might be able to get some assistance here. Let's take a look at what we have in terms of an affirmation for the week. Navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. Well, you may not feel a little bliss with these cards this week, but, it's a simple piece of advice, which is even when you are hurting from either someone hurting you, feeling unsupported, feeling out in the cold, focus on what you can be thankful for, the small things, good health, friends or family, and allow that to kind of set your intention to rebuild, to be finding bliss, to finding some happiness. And so let's take a look at what we have in terms of love. Present. You live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. So be present, be aware. Sometimes we may not feel like looking for love, after we've been hurt, after we feel damaged in a sense. But if you can be present to the interactions that you have with others, to people that you meet, to new places, and you take it all in, you never know what may come of that. You never know who you may meet and where things can progress from there for you for the week. I hope that you found something helpful here with this reading. If you did, please subscribe, like this video, share this video, comment below. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.